Hi everybody, I'm Dave Froehlich. Thanks for watching this CrimeWatch YouTube exclusive where we look back at recent crime stories that have been making headlines in our area and across the state. A blind man is warning others about a dangerous intersection where he was hit by a car and the driver didn't even stop to help him. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has the story.
West 47th and North Lamar Boulevard. It's a crosswalk Zachary Arambula uses all the time.
I cross this street all the time. I cross it going to work. I cross it to go eat in the Triangle.
Last Tuesday, he was leaving work to get a smoothie.
I push the button.
Wait to cross Lamar at 47.
The voice says, now you can cross 47th Lamar. It starts beeping. I start walking. I cross the first lane. I get into the second lane.
Arambula couldn't see it coming. He's blind.
I just remember the sound of me getting hit. It was definitely going some speed. The sound is it's pretty vivid in my brain.
He flew into the air, landed in the street, and then crawled to the median.
The first thing in my head was get out of the street. I didn't want to get hit again.
He laid there in pain.
I was expecting my knee to just be I was scared to touch it because I don't want to see what it might be. But I touched it. It seemed like it wasn't in a shape of an L or something, and but I tried to move it, and that's when I felt even more pain. I knew it, and it didn't feel right.
A witness called 911, and an ambulance took Arambula to the hospital.
Thank you for being there and stopping and calling. Like I said, I don't know what I would have done if they didn't stop.
Because the person who did hit him didn't stop or help.
I feel like stopping would be a normal reaction, or not even normal, a natural reaction.
But they didn't, and Arambula says he wants the person responsible to own up to what they did.
I don't think it was on purpose, but mistakes still have consequences.
In other news, a child predator gets a 400-plus year prison sentence in Hays County. Bo Dressner recently pleaded guilty to all 65 criminal charges he faced. According to the San Marcos Daily Record, Dressner is a former precinct chair and sergeant-at-arms with the Hays County Republican Party. Judge Gary Steele handed down the sentence, stacking various sentences of 10, 20, and 75 years. Some of the charges Dressner pleaded guilty to include sexual abuse of multiple children and child pornography with intent to distribute. In 2019, he was arrested by Hays County deputies while on his way to the airport with a one-way ticket to Armenia in hand. Court documents reveal Dressner bought that ticket after researching countries that will not extradite to the United States. Dressner has a prior conviction in 2005 for abusing a child in Minnesota and accusations of abuse in 2012. We're hearing from an Austin woman who came home to find a naked intruder in the house. That eventually led to a 2.5-hour SWAT standoff near Ben White and Menchaca. Fox 7 Austin's Angela Shen has that story.
The woman says the experience was traumatizing, and she says dealing with the aftermath of the crime has been difficult as well. On March 7th, Elena Doge came home to find her dogs barking and acting unusual.
There was a naked man standing in my living room with a pipe and a lighter in his hands. It was pretty shocking.
That man identified by police as 45-year-old Larry Robinson.
He was obviously on drugs or, having a mental health crisis or something. He didn't really seem to take any notice to what I was doing. He started smoking from his pipe.
Doge says she put her property guard dog in a crate, called 911, and started talking to a dispatcher, but the line disconnected. She tried to open a window, but at first couldn't. She let her dog back out and says Robinson shoved a dog crate at her.
It hit me and I hit into the wall, and it smashed my leg into the wall, and I got cut there. I heard him kick another dog or hit another dog that was loose in the house.
She called 911 again and says Robinson opened the bedroom door and her personal protection dog started barking. Robinson came back to the living room.
A different kind of level of fear hit me, and I was able to get the window open just, by force.
She fell backwards out of the window.
I landed on my back, and I was looking up at him basically through the window. It was pretty surreal.
Police came and a standoff ensued. Togay drawing a layout of her house for officers, noting she has firearms and a venomous snake inside. Robinson eventually surrendered.
Honestly, maybe more terrifying realizing afterward that I had been stuck in a house with him than actually it was in the moment.
She says she's never seen the man before and he likely came through the back door. Togay is still dealing with the cleanup process, only staying at the house some nights.
There was urine throughout the house, the front hallway, and on a blanket that he had dragged into a bathroom, and he had also defecated in the bathtub. There were items of his that were left in the house. I am certainly hypervigilant now, and I don't know that that will ever go away. Even the dogs are pretty traumatized from everything.
She feels crime has gone up in the area.
It's important that the city focuses on mental health resources and drug rehabilitation programs and programs to help homeless individuals.
And Togay has started a GoFundMe to help with cleanup costs. She says going forward, she plans to get a security system for her house and encourages others to have a safety plan at home and have an emergency savings fund. In downtown Austin, Angela Shen, Fox 7 Austin News.
For the second time this year, 4 guns have been confiscated in a single day at ABIA. The guns taken by TSA agents bring the yearly total to 27. All 4 weapons were loaded and had 4 different owners. Those gun owners now face a civil penalty of up to $15,000. ABIA is on pace to exceed over 100 gun confiscations for a 4th consecutive year. For information on how to travel with firearms, you can visit the TSA's website, tsa.gov. Police in Hutto are telling residents not to let their guard down following a rising number of car break-ins across the city. Fox 7 Austin's Williamson County reporter Lauren Rangel has that story.
Dozens of car break-ins in Hutto. Almost all have something in common.
A lot of these groups are going down, checking doors, and they're passing over everything other than guns.
Lieutenant Connor Mitchell says Hutto is becoming a target for car burglars looking for firearms.
We don't believe that they're using the firearms stolen in Hutto to commit criminal acts in Hutto.
In 2022, Hutto police say it responded to just 36 car burglaries. That number jumped about 145% to 93 in 2023. So far in 2024, it's had 25. That's on track to tie, potentially even break last year's record.
We have had some success using drone technology as well as a canine.
In January, police tracked down a car burglary suspect who fled on foot with a drone. But if they're in a getaway car, Mitchell says catching them can be a bit more tricky.
Normally, the vehicle that they use will be stolen from Austin or Killeen or somewhere other than Hutto.
Police are asking residents to do their part.
The biggest thing that the citizens can do is to simply lock their vehicles and please bring their firearms inside with them. I think when people move to Hutto, they feel like they're moving to a safe community, which they are. But with that safety sometimes comes complacency.
They also have a message for criminals.
Please have some pride in yourself. No one likes a thief. We're tired of it, and the kid gloves are coming off, and we're going to adjust our tactics accordingly.
Recently, Hutto police say they responded to a car break-in off Limmer Loop. They say they were able to get a lot of helpful information from residents using an app called Tip 411. So if you're interested in downloading it, we have that link on fox7austin.com along with an email address where you can send tips. To the Houston area now, where Fort Bend County has seen 2 Lamar CISD elementary school teachers found dead in their home on Monday. Police believe it was a murder-suicide. Fox's Jonathan Mejia has reaction from neighbors.
When I saw many police cars, I said something must be going on here, and we didn't know what it was.
Monday afternoon, there was a heavy police presence outside of this home in Richmond. And while at the time information was limited and neighbors didn't know what was going on, Fort Bend authorities confirmed that a couple died in a case of murder-suicide.
One was a African-American guy and a white lady, but I never saw those people that much. But it was really sad what happened, and, our condolences to their family.
The married couple had been identified as Marina Alba Garcia and Jean Hudson. Both were elementary school teachers with Lamar CISD.
It's sad, it's tragic, and it's heartbreaking. They were young and school teachers, 3rd and 4th grade, respectively. So, I think about the children they taught.
Authorities identified Hutchinson as the suspect. Neighbors say this is a wake-up call for the neighborhood to always check in on each other.
We should stick together and, just keep in touch with our neighbors and ask, because it is really sad what happened, and, God knows what the reality is.
There's always help available. You can call 988. That's the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, where help is available 24/7. Also, if you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, you can visit safeaustin.org or text them at their number, which is 737-888-7233. Once again, help is available at both of those resources around the clock. Police are searching for whoever killed a high school football player in Houston. That shooting happened at a party, and Fox's Emily Keith spoke with the victim's mother.
He did not deserve that. We did not deserve this. I worked so hard. I was so proud to see him walk across the stage. I was so ready.
Now, instead of planning for prom and graduation, Brittany Coles has to bury her 18-year-old son.
This kid was the perfect example of a child. Like, this is the kid everybody pray for. This is a child that every mother wants, like, straight A, honor roll student.
In fact, North Shore High School senior Jarvon Coles wasn't sure if he'd accept an academic or a football scholarship to college. He excelled at both.
Well, I still have not saw him. So that's why it's not real to me. I'm just waiting for him to come home. I know he gonna come home.
The 18-year-old had just spent the day with his family for his granddad's birthday Saturday. Then he headed to a party with friends.
When he left, he just did something different that he don't normally do. He hugged everybody individually. And then when he was walking out the door, he waved to everybody. He was like, bye, everybody. And that was the last goodbye.
Harris County Sheriff's investigators say it was a party at a short-term rental home in Humble that was advertised on social media, and someone took aim at the event from a couple of blocks away, shooting the star student and athlete 4 times.
It's just not making sense. And out of 100 plus kids, only one got shot multiple times. I'm always so strong for everybody, but this has truly broke me.
Jarvon's mom is left particularly heartbroken because the way he died is not indicative of how he lived and the bright future he had ahead of him.
You don't know how many people you have hurt. You robbed a good kid, and you robbed me of that moment. You took that from me.
We appreciate you watching the Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch YouTube exclusive. Our Crime Watch stories run each Monday on Fox 7 Austin News at 9. If you miss them, you can watch anytime on our new Fox Local Connected TV app, which is free to download, and you can watch on multiple platforms like Roku and Apple TV. Just scroll down from the live player and look for the Crime Watch section. For more on the stories highlighted in this episode, you can head to our website, fox7austin.com, and don't forget to subscribe to the Fox 7 Austin YouTube channel.